I never thought about to see a Dragon Ball Z fight with RPG in a fantasy setting in European clothing. That's something I thought I never actually wanted till now. Because let's face it, episode 2 was a great fucking fight. Especially that sort of all the 4 or 5 elements of Dragon become one straight out of Dragon Ball Z. Even the art style of that fight, even the characters who are combination of so many things feel of a character of a Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why, that's how I felt, at least episode 2. Now, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Retro. I usually talk about animation or anime or whatever I feel, usually it's just anime. But down about Dragon Blood Season 3 is one of those series that is, I really was surprised because how much depth each character really has. If a character dies, you felt it. You understand what the other character means to that type of person. You are crying with the other characters because, wow, you understand. I mean, even the main villain of Season 3, you understand the reason why he did it. The reason why he's trying to destroy the world and remake it over and over 1,000 times to save his daughter. You understand, even you disagree, even that he knows he's a 100% wrong, he does it, and you just understand. I disagree with them. I probably do maybe the same thing, maybe not, I don't know you, but it's something that you just understand. And that is the strongest thing I can ever say about this season or this series, because it's wow. Especially how some of the writers who are nitpicking this show, is one of the nitpicks is how they build the world is sort of not as complete because it's not based on exactly like the video game, but at the same time you have to sacrifice something to actually make something actually work. That sacrifice make this series legitimately good. They can easily fix it if they choose, because they introduced to remake the whole universe if they chose, because Season 3 leave a sort of, not a cliffhanger, sort of a lingering storyline they can pick up if they get Season 4. But other than that, everything would happen. It's just wow. It's something that I feel a lot of fantasy animated series trying to do, that sort of repeat the whole season over again, pretend it never happened and just restart, knowing the characters and something really off, but they cannot pull put their finger what is wrong. It's like right in front of their faces, but us and the audience, we know it's just basically retelling everything, but something is just completely wrong. And I love it that sort of like a minor character like the king went mad knowing this information, but he doesn't understand. Even her daughter, the queen of the sun, or the princess of the sun, because she kind of demoted herself because of this reboot, that is just so fascinating. You understand the princess, you understand her situation, to understand why she needs to reset, why she knows had to follow her friends, her foreign comrades, to reintroduce them, re-mint them, to kind of recover what she was especially stolen. But I love it. This season is all about just forget about it, just continue your life. This is now reality. You can't reset the button over and over again because the situation just repeats itself. You cannot make that perfect world, especially how she reflects the elf, I keep forgetting his name, the main villain of the series, that the whole reason he keep resetting to save his daughter, not actually facing that her daughter is dead. Whatever he does do, it will happen once again. That sort of, you have to self-heal yourself, and that's sort of weird, kind of like a parallel to the princess and the elf. It's just sort of interesting because you could understand if she became obsessed with trying to do the same thing as the elf, that she were doing the same mistakes. And I feel so fascinating how the king just given this sort of wisdom, even though he is crazy, but technically not crazy. He understands the situation, he just didn't know how to deal with it, to explain to your daughter, you're not crazy, you just seeing what I see, the past, the present, in different universes sort of colliding that is you, but it's not you. But at the same time, it's just so complicated to explain. Even people who doubt you, trying to explain that, it's just so interesting. I mean, anyone in their position could go legitimately crazy. I'm so surprised how the king still can manage kind of maneuver his ideas, his dialogue, even not breaking down crime, because he's also confused. It's just so interesting. Even Dogma, one of the main leads that he died in episode 2, coming back, he's not sure he's alive or dead, understanding what happened to his father, that he knew he was dead, but at the same time maybe he knows he's still alive. Even Cain, who is his father, pretending or not sure his son is dead. They have this sort of strange elevation of it together, that knowing what the fuck happened, like that's sort of confusing. That's sort of hard to do, because you can easily call bullshit about this season, even though it's not done well, but it is. That is so interesting. Each character you felt, even Cain, that you think the All Father of Dragon Killer could be one of those kind of like a pull of your ass kind of storytelling, that you think he's not as well written, but the longer the series lasts, the more they keep fixing, the more trying to explain his point of view. That is just incredible. That is just mind-blowing how the well thought out written these characters really are. Even the minor characters get the moments to shine. I love that. I love that feeling of really depth, understanding each character, even they know they will lose. In fact, how many times the whole Dronga team failed multiple times, and yet they figure out how to defeat the main villain. But I love it, the main villain, the elf, the moon goddess, and her daughter, all of them sort of represent that sort of past, present, and future sort of develop. The moon goddess is the past, the present is the father trying to protect her daughter, and her daughter is the future who understands she needs to change to save reality, save herself, and it make her try to understand change has to be accepted. You can't limit it, you can't protect, you must accept and move forward. That in itself is just so deep. I don't mean just deep, this whole season is just spilled wisdom left from right, all of them hitting their mark, each one. Like, what the fuck? This is like, I feel this series is cheating, because the dialogue, the voice acting, the animation, everything just lands. I mean, what the fuck? I've never seen a series this good. Level of Game of Thrones. And once in a while we do, but not like this. Usually characters don't want to usually the writers don't want the character to die, because they're afraid the fans will rebel or just change the channel, in other words. But they took their instincts and did it. If this is basically the final season, and if they don't have any more, I'll be completely satisfied, because it's sort of hard to top these 3 seasons. Each one of them just elevates the characters, because each season falls into that sort of, the action is season 1, the response season 2, and the resolve season 3. Each one of just sort of complement each other to tell this grand story, even that they have to not use every single story plot in the original video game, every single race. They just limit themselves to 2 different races for obvious reasons, because if you do this type of storytelling, you need to explain why they're not in the front of the battle line. Luckily they take the chance of, screw it, just focus these 3 races and tell the story each direction, and it's sold. It worked. It's just so well made. Now I have to recommend it. I mean, it's sort of obvious. I mean, it's 100% recommend. In fact, this series is so binge watchable. I'm sort of surprised. Now, I have one question. How do you feel as a gamer who played this game, or the storyteller, or just a person who liked fantasy? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. Honestly, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.